Hello and welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me once again for another night of Facebook Live. Also want to thank you guys for joining me on the replay at YouTube and or on SoundCloud. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you every night, and I appreciate you taking out the time and sacrifice to join me. We're continuing on in our It's Time to Talk series tonight. It is time to talk about addictions. It is time to talk about addictions. We know that here in the land of the free, we have access and millions of people that are addicted or find themselves addicted in one stage of life or another. And the thing with addictions, hello friend, it's good to see you. The thing with addictions is that many of the substances that we use here in the United States of America, many of those substances that we become addicted to are legal. So, which means that we have, it means that it's accessible to us. And one of the top three that we struggle with and millions of people struggle with, according to the Addictions Center, is that number one, which has been legal for so many years, is tobacco. Tobacco is one substance that many, over 40 million Americans, we are addicted to tobacco products. Another is alcohol, and another growing substance, being that it has recently been legalized, is marijuana. It's been legalized in our state, here in the state of Oklahoma. So one thing that I always try to let you guys know, the way I feel about substance use and abuse, just as I feel about a lot of other things. You have every right to do as you choose to do. Now, the thing that bothers me about addictions is that when we are addicted, we would often neglect something that is so vital to life. So the addiction has so much stronghold, so much power and control over our lives that we begin to neglect family, even neglect ourselves as a result of the addiction. So nothing against anybody who's struggling with addiction. I'm just here as a platform to draw awareness and talk about things that we wouldn't normally talk about. So that's what I'm here to do with you tonight. Not to point a finger, not to degrade you in any way if you are one who suffers with one type of addiction or another, but just here as a support to let you know that you are not alone. And whatever your struggle is, we're here. There are many people that have a heart for you. There are many people that continue to keep you in our thoughts. And, we may not can actually put ourselves in a position of where you are, but we all have family and friends and loved ones that have in some way or another been impacted by addictions. So guys, I'm just here to let you know that regardless of what your issues are, addiction wise, you still matter. Your life still matters. And there's someone out there rooting for you. There's someone on your team ready to just help you in this battle, in this struggle that you struggle with. Now, there is a difference between substance use and substance abuse. And it's when your recreational use or intake of a substance begins to overtake you and control you, that you can't function without it, that it really becomes an issue that needs to be addressed. Now, the thing with addiction, we could want help for you all day long, but it takes you recognizing that there is an issue and you have to be willing to desire the help or to want the help for anyone to help you overcome. Okay, and we know that things that we get into are a lot easier to start and get into than it is a lot of times to overcome. And some people overcome it easily, and with others of us, it takes us time after time after time, keep trying to overcome. So whatever it is that your struggle is, whatever it is that you deal with, just know that you're not alone. There are millions all across this world even, but I'm just looking at the states right now, United States, that we're here. And any way that we could help you, reach out so that someone can assist you in getting the help you need to overcome. Now, getting the help you need doesn't mean that they're going to provide the substance for you, or that's an opportunity for you to manipulate somebody out of money or something of that nature. To take, what I mean by to help you is to connect you with a facility or a group, a support group of some sort, or local mental health care workers that can assist you in dealing with the root cause of the addiction so that you're able to manage and live a more quality of life. Okay, so I appreciate you guys that are joining me tonight. Go ahead and like and share this video if you would. And also at the end tonight, I'm going to tell you how you can get your name in our drawing for our Mother's Day giveaway. So we know that we have a Mother's Day giveaway already valued at over $175 in product. And I am excited to and looking forward to give that away on May 6th. So we're going to have tonight up until May 5th in order to get your name in the drawing, and then we'll have the drawing on the night of May 6th in hopes of getting the winner their product in time for Mother's Day. And again, you don't have to be a mother to have your name put in the drawing. It's just that it is a gift, and you may want to get your name in the drawing in a way to re-gift. You win it and give it to somebody else. Also, guys, it is a time to be honoring women all over the world. We are doing our thing, guys, and we have to learn what it takes to build that network of support and encouragement for one another. This is not an easy thing. All right. First of all, I just want to kind of dive in here and give you my definition of what addiction is. Because, like I said, just because you use a substance, there is a fine line between using and abusing, and when it becomes addictive to us. So my definition is that Addiction is a mental health disorder. I believe that it affects our psyche and to a point where it becomes a real mental health issue, and it results in the compulsive use of a substance or compulsive behaviors of some sort that we can't control any longer. And despite of the harmful effects that it has in our life, or despite the harm that it imposes upon our life, we continue to consume. We continue to consume it. So we no longer have the control. And like I said, the top 3 in the United States nowadays, looking at the numbers here from the Addictions Center, are tobacco, alcohol, and marijuana. And we know that here in the United States, these things are very accessible. Now, the good thing about Oklahoma is that Oklahoma has TSET, I believe what it is, a lot of campaigns where they have gotten grant money to help. But I don't know if just offering things to help you quit smoking is enough, or calling a hotline for alcohol use or attending AA. I don't know if all of that is enough, because like I said, it goes back to a mental health issue. It crosses the line. If something has us, we don't have control of it. And if we try to stop and try to stop and we try to form new and better habits and we can't, then that's a surefire way to know that we need assistance far beyond ourselves, or far beyond just making a phone call and receiving patches and gums and things of that stuff. Because I don't think that offering it for free is the issue, because we pay for the things that we are addicted to. Pack of cigarettes costs money, right? So the money is not the issue. I believe that the issue is we have to have something tangible and something local and something that draws us to the point to where it's holding us accountable, that accountability partner. So having local mental health agencies and friends and people that we can band with to help us understand what this addiction is and how we got here and what it's going to take to overcome. I think that is going to be more impactful than just offering free resources, because I never have thought that people with addictions, that money was the issue. So offering these free services, we have to desire something different. And that's the thing with the addictions, is that often with addictions, we're so connected to our environment, our addictive environment, that sometimes we just don't know what to do. Everything we desire and everything that this body craves at that point is directly connected to our environment. So I don't understand how just saying make a phone call and get these resources and it's going to help you quit, because I don't believe that any of us want to be addicted. I don't believe we just woke up one day and said, oh, I want to be addicted to cigarettes, or I want to be addicted to alcohol, and I want to be addicted to marijuana. I believe that there's a root cause to all the issues that we deal with in life. And only you know what that is. Because you didn't smoke it once and get addicted. You didn't smoke it twice and get addicted. Addiction came from that pattern behavior. And maybe we missed the warning signs. And maybe it was because of our environment that we missed the warning signs. Maybe it was the cool thing to do. But one thing that I know now, even with the legalization of marijuana, there's a lot of usage of these products that are going around, even in our states, even in our own front doors, even in our own backyards right now. And I don't believe that a lot of the young users are addicted yet. But I do believe that if the behavior continues and they continue to have this access, then it's going to result in some lifelong traumas and situations that we could offset had we not made these things so easily available. But like I said, we all have a choice. We have a choice, and we have our own will. And so whatever your will or your desire is, then you have to move in the direction of whatever that looks like for you. Because it's not for either of us to choose. Because even as mental health workers and healthcare workers that tend to your medical needs, once the addiction begins to consume you and consume your life and your quality of life, then we can want it for you all day long. But at the end of the day, it's going to take you digging in and reaching within yourself and making that happen for you. Okay? There are some behavior addictions as well. And that's a lot of things that we don't talk about. We're so consumed with the substance use that a lot of times we miss those behavior addictions. Those behavior things that we do that consume us. I even look at something as simple as people lying all the time. And they're so privy to that nature of lying that they believe the lies themselves. The narcissists, the abusers, the manipulators, these behaviors are addictive. It's fed by the need for power and control. So oftentimes we overlook that. But see, the thing is, we can see those that are using the substances and that are drunks, as we call them. We can see that, but we can't always see you coming when you have these behavior issues that consume your life. And sometimes being in that environment, sometimes we're stuck in that environment and we're consumed by it before we know it. There are factors within addictions that play a major role in the populations of addictions and the numbers that are affected. And a lot of them are those that we deal with right here in Northeast Texas and Southeast Oklahoma, which is high poverty. Poverty plays a major role or a major factor in the root of a lot of the addictions and substances that we have issues with, especially within our states. And now on top of that, another thing that they've added to the numbers, which is also a behavior issue or addiction is gambling. And there's nothing wrong with recreational use of anything. It's when that use crosses the line over to abuse and it begins to affect your quality of life. So many people say, well, they're functional, they're functional, they're functional. But are they functional at the risk or at the cost or at the loss of neglecting your family, your kids for one, neglecting your households, and your bills can't get paid, or neglecting your health? It's consuming you to where you can't have a good quality of life because it's consuming your body. Your body cannot function without it. So it begins to shut down your organs. It begins to offset heart disease or begins to affect your lungs. So there are many underlying factors, many underlying issues, but with addictions, I believe that we overcome when we get to the root cause and begin to deal with that. And then as we are strengthened and more encouraged, and our mental state is in a better place, and we have a good support team that's there to help us overcome and hold us accountable, then I think that we begin to make progress. So I do believe, though, if you're here and you listen to me and you're dealing with some kind of addiction, I believe that there's still hope. And if you're here and you listen to me and you have a family member or a loved one that's dealing with substance, and maybe you don't know if it's crossed the line to addiction or abuse, but you know that they're exposed to it in one way or another, there is still hope. Okay? So we can't consume ourselves to worrying about these things, because at the end of the day, you have to realize it's not about what you desire or what you want for someone. It's all about what they desire and want for themselves. All you have to do is continue to be encouraged and be ready to assist when they reach out. Be ready to assist when they reach out. That means having information, knowing the contacts. You could already be making contacts with the mental health agency and talking about it so that it can help you through the steps in helping a loved one that is going through, if that be the case. Because I can guarantee you, if you are a person that is loving and supportive and non-judgmental, if they want the help, they're going to reach out to you. But it's going to be when they want it. It's not going to be you riding their backs and manipulating and controlling like we want to do to get somebody to stop something or see things our way. It's going to be when they want it. And when they reach out, you need to have answers. Okay? I think that's enough tonight. I think that settles it. I think that you understand what addictions are. And if you see the description of the video, you will also see that there is a number to the Addictions Center Hotline. That's resource number 1. So that's resource number 1. So you don't have any excuses. So whether you're the addicted one or one who just wants to prepare yourself to be able to be assistance to those with addictions, resource number 1. Also, there are several mental health agencies in our area, in our community. Find you one. Reach out to them. Get answers. because the better you prepare yourself today, uh, the more impactful you're going to be tomorrow when someone reaches out and say, I've had enough of living like this and I want help. I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. Tonight, if you would like your name in our Mother's Day giveaway, all I want you to do is type in the comments giveaway. Type in the comments giveaway. That's all I want you to do. Simple as that tonight. Just type in the comments giveaway. I'll get your information and I'll make sure that your name goes in our drawing for our Mother's Day giveaway packet. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night as we'll come back for another talk on It's Time to Talk. Also, if you haven't already had an opportunity to go to Amazon and purchase my book, my new book was just released on today, and it is available on Amazon. It's called Time to Talk. So I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night.